Hello, welcome to episode 89 of Daryl Show Your Work. All right, in this episode, I'm going to be conducting some detection and initial analysis of a phishing attack. But before jumping into that, I wanted to remind everyone of the current special being offered out here by INE on their new artificial intelligence security specialist certification. It is in pre-sale right now. It's not released, but you can get your hands on it and its learning path through this exclusive offer. All right. So with this bundle, you'll get access to the learning path needed to prepare for the certification exam. You'll get a voucher for the certification exam, and you'll get 3 months of access to their premium library of cybersecurity learning. All right. So that's all their hands-on labs. That's all of their recorded courses. All right, and it's over, I believe, over like 2,000 hours worth of stuff that you'll have access to, and you'll be getting that all bundled in for a low price. All right, but it's only up until from now until June 22nd. So you definitely want to take advantage of this limited time exclusive deal. All right, so you can do that by going to get.ine.com/Daryl. Go to that link. You should be able to find this special exclusive limited time offer there. And again, you'll be going through this whole learning path would definitely equip you with the hands-on learning that you'll need to be able to show that you know how to secure and artificial intelligence, and also protect against automated also artificial intelligence designed attacks. All right. So again, that link is going to be in the show notes. All right. Without any further ado, let's get started. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is, let me see. There's actually an icon that should be here. Oh, I see it. All right, so I'm going to go to the EM this EM client icon. Okay, so here's my mail client, and all right, this is designed for Windows, and it integrates, email, calendars, tasks, and contacts in it. So it supports EM client supports various email services such as Gmail, Outlook, and such. So as soon as I can open it, there we go. Okay, and let's check to see if I could spot anything that may look like a phishing attack in here inside of my inbox. All right, so under local folders, I want to check my, I'm gonna say, yeah, close later. All right, so I'm gonna check my inbox here under local folders. All right, so let's look at this email here. All right, so basically this is supposed to be an invoice. All right, so some common things that we could look for as far as phishing attacks are misspellings, bad grammar, a sense of urgency, like you have to click on this now, and also attached files, especially PDF. PDFs are tend to be the most effective file types that you can find. Outside of of course your usual Microsoft Word or Excel macros. All right, but PDFs are the most commonly used files that can be that are sent, or infected with some sort of malware. All right, so keep that in mind. So these are just some things we could look out for when it comes to phishing emails. So the first thing though that you'll notice that says invoice/credit note, and you look at credit note. All right, all of that is like bunched together. All right, so that's all bunched together as on one word. And if we just kind of read through here, all right, trying to find another example of a bad grammar here. If you have any questions to this invoice credit note, please contact the person written in the upper right corner of the invoice. Please see attached. You see how that just it doesn't really sound very human like, but keep in mind that the rules of this is going to change because AI has changed the game, and pretty much, I mean, AI can write something that sounds very much like professionally written, and would be very hard to really tell if a person wrote it or a machine wrote it. So keep that in mind. But in this instance, as far as what to look for nowadays, this is it: bad grammar, misspellings, certain file types. All right, the basically those combination of things. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do outside of my initial review of this email is I'm going to be looking at some email headers. And email headers, they're crucial parts of an email because they contain the information about the sender, the receipt, the routing, and the authentication details. So these headers, they're going to provide technical information that can help determine an email's legitimacy. All right, so in order to do that, I'm going to click on this down arrow. Let me see right here. All right, and then let me see. No, actually, it's actually next to reply icon. All right, and there should be. I'm gonna go to view mail header. All right, so I can't make that any bigger. So I'm gonna do my best to try to explain what's going on here. 'Cause I know it's very hard to see because I'm kind of squinting my eyes here, and I'm like it's like right here in front of my face. All right, so trying to find the sender information here. Email. All right, so let me see. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna highlight it for everybody, but I need to be able to find it myself. Okay, so here we go. It was right there at the top. All right, so the sender information in the context of email communication, it refers to various details that can help identify the sender and assess the legitimacy of the email. So it appears that the IP address of the sender in this instance is located at 106.105.244.30. All right, so all right, so next I'm going to want to evaluate the sender information here. In one way to verify the legitimacy of the sender's IP address is by checking if the IP address is blacklisted. So an IP address listed on a blacklist indicates that that has been involved in sending spam, phishing emails, or other malicious activity. And one tool that I could use to determine that is something called the MX Toolbox, and that's a widely used suite of online diagnostic and monitoring tools designed for IT and cybersecurity professionals to troubleshoot email infrastructure, verify DNS settings, and monitor overall domain health. All right, so I'm going to navigate to that through my browser here. So give me a moment. .com, and I want to go specifically to the blacklist portion of the site because that's ultimately where I want to find out more about this the IP address of the sender. Okay, here we are. All right, so let's enter that IP address in. So that was 106.105.244.30. All right, so it's a blacklist check here. All right, so we can see that the address actually appears on two blacklists. All right, so that is not good. So this is another indicator that this is involved in some type of phishing scam, and more than likely that attached PDF is malicious. All right, so the next thing I'm going to want to do from here is to review the sender's digital signature. So conduct something called SPF validation, which is going to check whether the sender's IP address is authorized to send emails on behalf of the specific domain by verifying the sender's IP against the domain's SPF record and the DNS. All right, so I'm gonna stay here in the MX toolbox, but I'm gonna navigate here to a different area of the site. So from here, I'm gonna say SPF.ASPX pound, and that should take me to the part of the site where I can verify this. All right. So again, this is going to verify this area of the site is going to verify the SPF compliance for the sender's IP and domain. All right. So going back, let me pull up that client so we can see that is sending on behalf of DSV. So that's the domain that I want to be able to check. And I want to compare that against the IP address that's being sent. All right. So here I'm going to put us.dsv.com. And then I'm going to also give it the IP address here 106.105.244.30. All right. And let's see what it says. All right, and it is flagged. All right, so it looks like it failed. All right, so we have a fail here. All right, and so this again, this is something that tells us that it is not that it passed that verification. All right, so that tells us that this whoever sent this is not really sending it from the DSV domain here. All right, so the next thing I want to do now that I've verified that the IP address is known to be malicious, and then I verified that okay, the IP address is not associated with the actual DSV domain. Then now I want to be able to identify okay where what is the origin of the sender's IP address? Where are they sending this from? All right, so by identifying the country of origin for the sender's IP address it's going to be essential for verifying the authenticity of the email. So by checking whether the sender's geographical location aligns with the official domain, potential issues such as spoofing or unauthorized access can be detected. All right, so let's navigate to a completely different site here. So from here, I am going to go to the excuse me, registry. So www.whois, and this is somewhere where you can go to basically look up any IP address or domain just to get a better idea of who it is, who if you who it is that's associated with that particular domain or address, or at least the country of origin. All right. All right. So from here, I'm going to look up the IP address from here, and let's enter in 106.105.24.30. All right, and let's see. All right, so I see a lot of TWs, all right, which is indicative of Taiwan if you know your country codes, but let's verify. There we go. Okay, so it says right here Taipei, Taiwan. All right. So this is coming from Taiwan, but we know when I entered in that domain address, it was a US dot DSV.com domain address. All right. So again, from here we know okay that this IP address is associated with Taiwan, and it couldn't possibly have came from the US domain of DSV. All right. So these are just some ways in which we can, once we come across some, as analysts, once we come across a phishing email, some ways that we can do an investigation and at least some initial analysis of of the attack to basically try to find out, okay, the who, what, when and where. All right. So in this instance, you know, I was able to analyze the suspicious emails for phishing and identify those red flags like the poor grammar and the suspicious headers, and then verify the legitimacy using the sender's IP origin, the blacklist status, and the email authentication, that SPF, or some cases the DKIM or the DMARC. All right. So again, just find out the who, what, when, and where. We know as far as the who is definitely malicious because it came up on the blacklist. The where is Taiwan, and we know as far as the what, where they're not associated with the who they're claiming to be associated with, and that's DSV. So this wouldn't be the end of the analysis, but this is some initial analysis that we could use, that we can do using some publicly available online tools to conduct that initial email analysis and gather the details for us to dig a bit deeper here. And we would know that with this IP address, we could definitely blacklist it within our organization. So please like, subscribe, and share. Most importantly, show your work. And please remember to check out INE's the exclusive limited time deal from now to the 22nd on ways that you could save not only on their new unreleased AI security certification, but also premium access to their entire library of cybersecurity learning. And you will not be disappointed with the hands on skills that you'll walk away with from that. All right. So until next time, take care of yourself and God bless.